I think we've waited long enough. I do want to apologize to the school, the faculty, everyone involved today. Hopefully, we'll not stay in Jersey next time we have to get to Queens. Big mistake. I think we sat in traffic for 3 hours this morning. Anyways, with that said, my apologies. I have a fun show for you today. We're going to be demonstrating what we call BMX freestyle bike riding. But I'd like to start out. Are you guys ready to see a BMX show or what?
Yes!
All right, keep your hands in the air, keep it down. We're not in class right now. But I do want to take this opportunity to remind our audience that the louder we get today and the more noise we make, the better the show is going to be. And of course, the more fun we're all going to have. You're going to feed us the energy we require. So one more time with some enthusiasm. Are you guys ready to see a BMX?
Yes!
All right, got a mic that's cutting out, always fun. So, yeah, today we're going to be demonstrating two different aspects of BMX freestyle, some flat land or ground riding, where all the tricks are done on a flat surface, courtesy of moi. And as you can see, we have a 4.5 foot tall whip and a 6 foot tall box jump bag lander. It's a new ramp for us, and we're going to see what can be done on this ramp here today. Also, during the show, we have a couple of very important messages. We're going to talk a little bit about safety, bicycle safety, actually. We're also going to talk about making positive lifestyle choices. The rest of the time, feel free to get good and loud. So with that said, my name is John Telker. I'm the owner of the team, originally from Ontario, Canada. But we made the move down to Athens, Georgia back in '99. And I established my team back in 2003. Recently relocated to Wilmington, Delaware. Enough about me. We got a couple awesome riders. We're going to start off with my man. This guy is, how old are you anyways? 21 years of age. This guy is a professional Honda tech. He's also an amazing bike rider right here in Long Island. Let's give it up for Alex. Yeah. Alex the man. One more time. Let's give it up for this guy. He's going to be helping us out here today. Cisco, California, 20 years of age, riding for Burn Helmets. Let's give it up to Mr. Joe Mitnikov. Yeah, Joe knows how to ride this ramp. He's going to be showing us some cool tricks.
Whoa!
Throughout the show. All right. So before we start the program, I do want to give you a little background on our sport, a little history lesson, if you will. BMX is about 50 years old now. It really got started with a documentary called On Any Sunday. It was all about motocross. And there's a segment in that video or documentary where kids are pretending to be riding motorcycles. Of course, they were using their bicycles. And this is really the birth of BMX. It was guys pretending to be on motorbikes, racing around a dirt track. Pretty soon they got organized. They called their races motos, hence the term BMX. It stands for bicycle, moto, cross. We still use that for all the different genres of BMX racing and freestyle today. Fast forward about 10, 15 years, pioneers like R.L. Osborne, Mike Buff, and of course Bob Harrell, who's featured in a movie you might have seen. Who here's seen the movie E.T.? Believe it or not, Bob Harrell was in that movie, never got any credit. The story goes is Spielberg was upset, a bunch of stuntmen doing tricks on bikes, but they didn't know how. He had to fire them all, hire some local kids that were freestyling in a local parking lot, and the rest is history. I'm going to come out here with some old school tricks. Check it out.
All right, just like you heard before, we're going to make as much noise as possible for our man John Dowker and BMX Freestyle. No warm-up, he says, so let's make some noise for John Dowker, guys. All right, John said no warm-up, getting right into the swing of things. I'm going to get the danger zone. Starting things off with the power wheelie. John's a little stiff this morning, making it come around, but he's going to set things up with what we call the front wheel. He's competed all over the world, including Japan, Cologne, Germany, and my native of Russia. John Dowker has been all over the world riding BMX flatland, demonstrating tricks like this, the elbow glide, letting that bike whip back and forth, no problem finding that top tip. Let John Dowker hear you one more time. All right, and going into some real funny tricks. John almost losing where he's going, but he's on his bike backwards. He wants to hear you, and he still needs to get back to those pedals. So let's see if John, taking the hard way around, back to his pedals. One more time for Mr. John Dowker, 46 years old, and still shredding BMX. And John Dowker going in a full circle with the hang 5, even taking both feet off, call that the hang 10, real original in 1986. And John's got a little bit of a different version of that. It's called the boomerang. No problem. That is one of my my favorite tricks. John, anything can happen here. The littlest rock can mess you up. So John making sure the ground is clear. And I don't think he's done yet. John Dowker's got the Miami Hopper. An old school trick, but a good one. John balancing on that front wheel, fixing that brake lever. And even giving you a little extra today with tricks like this. The chicken, swinging that leg over, balancing on that front wheel, grabbing the seat. Even putting the foot on the opposite side. Are you kidding me? Let's make some noise for John Dowker right now. Into the fire hydrant, just stepping off. But I think he wants a little redemption on that. John Dowker spinning that bike around, letting that back end in, but he saved it. And my favorite trick of the decade. No problem for Mr. Dowker right there.
All right, note yourself. Warm up next time. We're going to bring out our ramp riders and demonstrate the next aspect of BMX freestyle. It's called street riding, and it all started out with a bunny hop. So check it out. I'm sure a few of you can do this one. All right, where are they? All right, there they are. Bunny hop, check it out. Followed by the 180 bunny hop. Easy peasy. Of course, a little more difficult than 360. Let's get behind him, guys. Yeah, make a little noise for him. Yeah, you're almost going down with a ship. There we go. Joe says he's got one more. You guys want to see one more? This is the bar spin bunny hop. I don't know if Alex can do it. Can Alex do it? Yep. Nice. Throw those handlebars 360 degrees. We're going to get Joe out here, see if he can do it as well. Alex, rather. Yeah, nice little bar spin bunny hop. Let's make a little noise for these guys. All right. Oh, yeah, we're doing a show. And it's already in the middle of the show. I'm just getting to it. All right, so what happened is guys started riding street. They actually found curbs, banks, loading docks, bikes, wherever they were not being a nuisance. We're going to have the guys demonstrate with some lip tricks. This is one of my favorite parts of the show, so check it out. Yeah, Joe. Quick jam, nose pick, no warm-up today, just going straight to it. If Joe feels anything like I do, we both have to go to the bathroom really badly after a 3-hour drive. That was an awesome move by my man Alex. Little 270. Bar spin to disaster with a little tabletop for cluster. I'm going to get you to fix that sheet metal if you could, Joe. Oh, looks like Alex is on it. All right, I give him a hand. And no-handed, Bakey, he's got a free coaster, I'm just now noticing. Very cool. One more out of Joe. Bar spin, tail tap, let him hear you. That was awesome. Maybe one more out. You guys make some noise for Alex. Double tire to 270 and one more time. Let's make some noise for these guys. All right, this part of the show is my favorite. Who here wants to see just how high these guys can go? You'll get a little confused. That's okay. Well, so do I. This is how it's going to work. It's all up to you. It's all up to our audience. Because the louder you guys get, the higher these guys are going to go. It's as simple as that. So I want you to get us to make some noise. All right, we're going to slow things down for just a minute. And I'd like to get all eyes on Joe up on top of a ramp. Check him out. Take a close look. If you look closely, you'll notice that Joe is wearing a lot of protective gear. Now, even though Joe is a well-traveled pro, he's toured all around the country doing demos and competitions, he still knows that accidents can and sometimes do happen. So if we look closely, we'll notice he's wearing a lot of protective gear. He's got to protect his shins. He's wearing knee pads to protect his knees, gloves to protect his hands, and most importantly, on his head, what is he wearing?
Helmet.
Excellent, he's wearing his helmet. I'd like to call it the brain bucket. It really doesn't matter what you call it. What matters is that you remember to put it every time you get on. your skateboards, and of course your bikes. And of course here in New York, it's no exception. I know bicycles are probably the most intelligent form of transportation. If we were on bicycles this morning, we wouldn't have been nearly as late. So remember, when you get on your bikes, wear your helmet. Well, since we talked a little bit about safety, does anyone here want to see something that's a little bit dangerous? So what we're going to need for our dangerous part... All right. What is your name, sir?
Mr. Z.
Mr. Z. And are you guys familiar with Mr. Z?
Yes!
He's the PE coach. No wonder he looks so fit. Okay, the man's got the best job in the world, let me tell you. What we're going to do with Mr. Z in 1 minute is we're going to get him up on top of the ramp. We're going to sit down. See. We're going to do that because we can barely do this trick as it is. In fact, 18 months. This mic's cutting out. All right, new PA system. We just got to refurbish, and they did do a great job. So what we're going to do is get Mr. Z in the chair 1 minute. But because we're rusty, we're going to take a practice run, and this is where you folks come in. I need everyone here to pay close attention to Joe's practice run. We want to make sure it looks good. He's got enough height, speed, and distance to clear Mr. Z's head. Mr. Z looks like he's got to be at least an inch taller than I am, and I'm close to 6 foot. I'm actually embellishing my height by quite a bit. So here we go. One practice run. Let me know with a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Hopefully you guys got that straight because I am incredibly scatterbrained this morning. So stressed out being so late this morning. I can't even tell you. So I'm glad you guys... My PA is cutting out. This is great. All right, here we go. Let me know how it looks. Up and over the chair. No problem at all. Like a true professional. Oh. What do you guys think? Should we get Mr. Z in the chair? Looks pretty good to me.
No. Yes.
Now, is anyone here at all concerned for our PE coach? You might want to give me a thumbs down. Anyone at all? Nobody? There's a couple of people. We do have a mixed reaction. Lots of optimism, a little bit. Since we got a mixed reaction, there's only one thing we can do. We're going to have to leave it up to Joe, our honorary Roman emperor today. Joe, Caesar, he's giving us 2 thumbs up, so we're going to see if Mr. Z can come up ninja today. And I'm going to let you go on your own because my PA is cutting out for some crazy reason. You think this happened? I don't even know. Check. Now it's working. All right. So have a seat, sir. Make yourself comfortable. Check.
I don't think this is going to be comfortable.
We have 2 very important things to
I
ask
really
you,
don't
sir.
think so.
Number 1, we want you to stay seated. Don't stand up or run away. And number 2, we'd like you to keep your eyes open because you got the best seat in. Check. I don't even know. I got brain batteries on. All right, here we go. Let's make some noise for Joe Mendikov. Here he comes. Whoa! Oh, kidding me?
Whoa!
For Mr. Z, bravest guy here at the school. All right, Mr. Z, you're excused. Let's give him a big round of applause. If you see him in the hallway, perhaps a high five is in order.